Hey folks, welcome back to another Palm Master video, and today in this video we're here to relitigate a old issue. Well, it's not like super old, but it's been a few months, right? Which is, oh my god, can we buff, Anniversary Steven, right? And, you've heard me talk about it ad nauseum. This guy's, he needs help, right? Like, cause, I know this is gonna sound like premium roast cope, but I think they could buff him. I think they could buff him, right? I still think they could buff him. However, I don't think it's gonna be like a, traditional buff like they did with Singsu Blue, right? Where they just straight up just gave him more sync nodes on his grid to make him better, right? Because, well, let's be real, before all those new sync nodes, Singsu Blue was not very good. He wasn't terrible, right? But he got obviously much better with the buffs. I don't think that's what's gonna happen, right? Because let's be real, he needs help. This guy needs help, right? Again, he's not bad. He's a very good unit. He's a very good unit, in fact, right? Not bad at all. That being said, right? He's by far the worst Master Fair. Like, this is not close. And that's coming from a huge Steven fan. I love Steven. Rayquaza is one of my, with Mewtwo, my favorite legendaries, right? Shiny Rayquaza is one of my favorite shinies. Mega Rayquaza is one of the rare megas that I actually like, right? Design-wise. So, like, I love this unit. I really do. But he is the worst Master Fair, easily, all right, by now, right? Because now Lillie got a huge buff, right? And Lillie, let's not sugarcoat it, was not that great at release either, right? Not that she's not like bad, but like in terms of what we were expecting from like second anniversary Master Fair units, right? Because she had the lowest damage cap out of all of the all three Master Fairs, right? She just not very powerful all around. And now look at her. Look at Anniversary Lillie, right? In December, she got her mom, Singsu Luzamine, which with Alolan Spirit helps, boost her damage by a lot. And now this month we got Ghost Zone, right? Ghost Wish with Ghost Stone, and that further helps boost her damage by another 50%. And now she's insane. She's literally the, single, single target damage dealer, right? Per turn. So like she went from, again, she was never bad. See, again, Steven's also not bad, but when she released, she was kind of whatever, right? Because again, the thing with anniversary units is none of them are objectively bad units. They're all good units, very good units. But the thing is, we literally just had Lear, right? Lear literally just released the month before. I left my door open for some reason, unfortunately. Lear released just 1 month before, and Groudon and Kyogre's came out a few months before, and they're just straight up better than all the anniversary units by far, right? So I like, as I went back to close the door, right? It's just like in comparison, like these are like the anniversary units. They're supposed to be the most, and to be fair, they were very hyped. The outfits were amazing. The Pokemon, like obviously Lunala, Rayquaza, Shiny Mega Rayquaza, Reshiram, all very hype characters, and Lillie and Steven, right? All that stuff. But like in terms of how powerful they are, and N was always very good, right? But Lillie and Steven were kind of lacking, right? But again, Lillie now is so much better, and I think that could happen to Steven too, right? I think that could happen to Steven too, because like, again, like look at this poor guy at the moment. Like this is just, how many average buffs is this? Anyways, I think you could do a bit more with higher buffs. Burger was what, 21? I don't even know how many buffs, but like regardless, right? He could hit like maybe 700 something K, right? Which is again not bad, but like at this point, right? Now that like we have the Ghost Zone with Annie, Ghost Zone with Cynthia, which again, further helps Anni Lillie, right? She with super effective up, she's almost hitting 2 million. Almost 2 million. Steven's at, okay, maybe 700 something K. This is not, he needs help. This guy needs help, right? And so what I think is happening, probably with these zones thing, because here's the thing, the zones, they've never existed in Pokemon before. It's something Paul Mash has made up because, you know, why not? Let's just make up moves. We totally do that, right? I think it's probably going to be out here just to balance out the powers of psychic types, fire types, water types, and electric types, right? Those are 4 main ones. There's also grassy terrain, but grassy terrain they haven't released yet, right? It's probably to balance those 4 types out at the moment, and again, potentially grass types when grassy terrain ever releases, which would be 5 types. So I think they're just trying to give zones to types that don't have those, right? And the thing is with that, right? Because a lot of units actually, like, to compensate before, you know, to compensate that fact that they don't have terrain, weather, etc., they usually are already really powerful units in of themselves, right? For example, Lance. Lance is a big one. Like, even without the Dragon Zone, he was a very powerful damage dealer, right? And now with that, he just becomes insane, right? So again, it depends on how they balance that, but I do think they're probably going to give us a zone for all the other types, right? You know, whether it be fighting, steel, right, poison, although we do need like a competent poison damage dealer first, right? Bug, all that stuff, right? Maybe an ice and ground, even though you think, oh, well, there's sandstorm and hail. Well, sandstorm and hail don't you know, straight up boost their damage, right? By the fact that they have sandstorm and hail, you know, it doesn't straight up just boost their damage and all that stuff. Which, by the way, if they do give us a ground zone, Groudon's gonna get a huge break, because not only does he have sun, he also gets ground zone. By the way, those weather and zones can be up at the same time, right? So that he's gonna be insane. Well, he's already insane even without it, but yeah, I do think that's probably what they're gonna do, right? Dark zone, rock zone, whatever, this and that. Which again goes back to the point of Steven in particular, because again, he is definitely the one Master Fair that is lacking behind quite a bit, right? Quite a bit, and he just needs help. In terms of what would be the best option for him, I'd say first of all it's a Hoenn unit, right? First of all, a Hoenn flying zone setter, and second of all a support. I think it being a support is very important, because Steven's already, you know, struggling, even though he has the support of Groudon, right? With the Hoenn Pride Master Passive on top of his, like, it's still not, again, that good. And if it was not a support, if it was a damage dealer, right, the issue would be, well, 1, gauges, 2, who's gonna tank on this team? You could say Steven, but which, you know, he can tank, but it does take time to build up his defenses, right? With Dragon Ascent, it takes a while to build up his defenses. You only get +1 every hit, plus you have to use your moves over here, and you also don't have max attack. So I think if they want to not screw this one up, right, give it a flying type or a flying zone. Well, yeah, flying type would also be good, right, to activate theme skills, but a flying zone Hoenn support, right? In terms of what it you know, should probably buff, I'd say 1 is physical attack, right? So you could, again, max out his attack for Dragon Ascent. There are other ways to do it, right, with Fierce Entry and Mega, but that defeats the point of support, right? Because again, the other issue with if it's not a support is that you just don't have support EX. Then you don't have support EX, right? Because then the difference won't be like that big, right? For example, if it's not a support, it's like a damage dealer, then you're running Steven, the Flying Zone unit, and then a support EX, which is not that different from just running a support EX, Steven, and Groudon, right? It's really not, it's not that different. So he's still going to be hitting around, you know, similar numbers, right? So again, that's why we do need it to hopefully be a support, so we could get the support EX, right? Get the Flying Zone, and also get the Groudon Master Passive buff. So And by the way, that won't make him overpowered. It's just gonna make him like really, really, really good now. All right. Like, here's the thing that you know, some people, you know, do Master Fairs have to be very, very powerful? Obviously not. I don't think they have to be very, very powerful, but it would be nice because a lot of people like Steven. A lot of people, a lot of people told me they like Steven. But they skipped him because they thought he wasn't good, which I totally disagree. By the way, like, if you like a character, go pull for him. Like, there really aren't that many like straight up bad units in this game, right? There's like, again, there's like a few who are just not, you know, that great, all whatever, right? Nate, etc. But hey, Nate could also get about the flying zone, right? All that stuff. But yeah, I mean, if they're gonna rerun it, then, you know, it gives people still an incentive to pull for him when he actually gets a rerun. Because again, if we get a Hoenn support Master Fair, it doesn't even have to be Master Fair. Like, it could be Poke Fair, like, you know, Lucas, or even Spotlight, for all I care. Honestly, I don't really care what banner's on. If they do give us a flying zone Hoenn support unit, that's gonna make him at least on par with all the other Master. Because honestly, the gap between him and like a lot of them are really big. Like, even Leon, right? Because who do we have now? He's nowhere close to Sings Illusion. He's nowhere close to, you know, the new Cynthia, right? Obviously nowhere close to Groudon Kyogre. What's the other ones? Lily now is much better, right? Reshiram was always better, right? And then Leon still better, right? Leon hits like so much harder than this guy. It's not even funny. All right, so yeah, that's I guess that's just my wish list in terms of, because I do think Flying Zone is gonna happen, right? I'm just trying to like talk about how we could like maximize this, right? A flying support that buffs physical attack, as well as, and this would be nice, buffs evasion. What the heck, evasion? Who cares? Well, the thing is, you know, he mostly buffs most of these, right? He could buff his own special attack, although again, you probably don't want to use it. So maybe special attack buffs would be nice too, but he buffs his defenses already. Obviously buffs his attack not max. That's why we need a bit more attack, right? Just to top it off. And he has his crit already, right? He also has some speed that you could get, right, with Fleet Feet. So just some evasion buffs, right, just to help out his good form over here, right? Evasion buffs, attack buffs, maybe special attack buffs as well, right? You don't even have to buff crit. Doesn't even have to be a crit buffer, right? Just straight up like that. So accuracy would be another good one. So yeah, just accuracy, evasion, support that buffs like maybe even just +1 attack would be nice, because he still has Fierce Entry. Even if it's just, although buffing +1 makes no sense. At least a +2, I guess. But yeah, anyways, that's me this one, I guess. Hope you all enjoyed it. Just a little, you know, don't worry, because I see a lot of Steam fans not being a very, you know, feel very upset recently. The events of what happened, but yeah, no, it's fine. I think it's gonna be fine. I think they'll eventually give us Flying Zone, and even if it's not exactly, because what I'm talking about is just the thing to like maximize it, right? Also with extra defense debuffs like Sonya would be nice to do. But yeah, that's just we're gonna maximize. Even if it's like half as good as what I just mentioned, he's still gonna be fine. I'm not here to say, oh, Steven has to be very, very, very powerful. I'm just saying, I'm just telling folks, don't worry. I think they are gonna at least drop a Flying Zone, which should again make him a bit better, right? So yeah, again, they did it with Anniversary Lily. They did it twice with Anniversary Lily, right? With both Luzamine and Cynthia, and they've definitely heard about the complaints about Steven, that I'm sure of, right? So we'll see what happens. So anyways, have fun, folks. That's me. This one. Hope you all enjoyed. Guys, think in the comments down below. Like, share this video on our channel for some more Pro Magic content. See you guys in the next one.